dumped by Netflix. I revealed that 2 years ago. At the same time, I also revealed that there would be some type of face-saving first look deal. The deal is over. I've worked in the entertainment industry for 3 decades now. A first look deal of the kind now negotiated between Netflix and Harry and Meghan means exactly that. The deal actually constrains Harry and Meghan because what it means is that all of the content that they conceptualize and that they potentially want to develop or produce has to go by Netflix first.
2 deals, 2 disasters. Can you believe it? Harry and Meghan. Yes, the same couple who strutted into Hollywood like they owned the place just got ghosted by the very platforms that gave them their glitzy post-royal relevance. Gone. Cut off. Left out in the cold. Hollywood once had its red carpet rolled out just for them, but now? It feels like the carpet's been yanked right from under their feet.
We're sort of into this. We don't believe this is going to make any money. Then it goes onto the free market. A first look deal is worth a tiny fraction.
When Harry and Meghan turned their backs on the palace and its suffocating rules, the world gasped. Who could forget the drama, the glamour, the promise of a new life? Hollywood practically threw open its arms. Netflix, Spotify, everyone was lining up to grab a piece of that royal shine. They were crowned the new power couple, unstoppable, untouchable, dripping in charm, fame, and influence. But honey, let's get real. That fairy tale glow doesn't last forever.
That was paid to them first time round. But as Meghan's mole posted on this, WhatsApp was on fire.
Remember those flashy headlines about their renewed Netflix deal? Everyone screamed victory, like the Sussexes had hit the jackpot again. But let's burst that bubble, shall we? Because behind the headlines, the truth is as disappointing as snagging a ticket to a sold-out concert only to realize you're stuck in the nosebleed section. That's Harry and Meghan right now, present but barely visible.
Hola, Roy and Nick, Cameron Walker of GB News, Christopher Shipp, the propagandists were out in force, heralding Meghan had won.
Insiders spilled the tea. This isn't the golden multi-million-dollar bonanza fans imagined. Nope, it's a first look deal. Sounds sexy, right? It isn't. What it really means is Netflix saying, sure, we'll check out what you've got. If we like it, cool. If not, bye. Translation, Harry and Meghan are now on probation.
Most interesting is that actually, if you look at the liberal American press, the woke American media that for so long were in Harry and Meghan's pockets, they're completely agreeing with me.
Compare that to their original contract, the jaw-dropping $100 million plus mega deal that came with guaranteed money and free reign to create whatever they wanted. Back then, they had the keys to the kingdom. Now, Netflix holds the veto button. Every pitch, every idea, every dream. They have to survive the gatekeepers first. Imagine throwing your heart into a project only to have it crushed before it even breathes. Painful, embarrassing, a fall from royal grace into Hollywood's Shark Tank.
Reported this deal. Under the headline, Netflix loosens its ties to Harry and Meghan. Within the article, they reveal Netflix is keeping its ties to Prince Harry and his wife Meghan, but those ties are getting looser.
And let's be brutally honest here. Some of their past work hasn't exactly lit the world on fire. Heart of Invictus? Live to Lead? Be real, they were more background noise than blockbusters. Forget must-watch, more like must-yawn. Audiences weren't biting, and Netflix noticed. The headlines may keep screaming success, but behind closed doors, executives are side-eyeing hard. Harry and Meghan are realizing what every Hollywood hopeful learns. Out here, charm won't pay the bills.
Said. Then, this brilliant reporter was able to actually call out the fact that the first deal was a flop. Because remember, Archewell had intended to make inspirational family programming and documentaries, docuseries, feature films, scripted shows, and children's television under its earlier deal.
So now the million-dollar question. Can they claw their way back with a showstopper hit? Or is this the beginning of a humiliating tumble from streaming royalty back to just royalty? Because one thing's for sure, being royal doesn't guarantee Hollywood clout.
Markle and Prince Harry to a first look deal just like the Obamas. And then the article reveals the overall to first look extension mirrors the move Netflix made recently with Barack and Michelle, as well as others for their higher ground.
And don't think they're the only ones stumbling. Even the Obamas, yes, those Obamas, have first-look deals with Netflix. But let's be real, comparing the Sussexes to the Obamas is like comparing a brand new intern to the CEO. Higher ground, the Obamas company, has credibility, impact, and a proven track record. Meanwhile, Archewell is still fumbling in the dark, trying to figure out its identity. For Harry and Meghan, the contrast is harsh. Ouch doesn't even cover it.
Higher ground banner. In both cases, the exclusivity carried by their respective splashy original deals has been removed.
Imagine having royal fame, millions of fans, and a global brand, but still needing to beg Netflix execs for approval. Humiliating. Worse, the comparison with the Obamas highlights everything Harry and Meghan lack: experience, gravitas, stability. Archewell is still in diapers, while Higher Ground is already delivering award-winning content. And the world is watching every mistake they make.
That Netflix has to spend a penny on any more of their boring, vapid, and vanity-driven shows. And she's completely right. That is what has happened with this deal.
Now, every pitch carries enormous risk. Will Netflix approve? Or will another brilliant idea quietly die in an executive's inbox? For two people who once lived in a world of guaranteed deference, this is a brutal reality check. The lesson? Hollywood doesn't care about crowns. It cares about clicks. And let's be honest, so far, the Sussexes aren't exactly trending.
I don't see many royal commentators being specific about the kind of contract the Harkles are doing with Netflix now. This is not a renewal. A first-look deal is just giving Netflix the right to be the first one to take a look at whatever Archewell Productions comes up with next. Then Netflix decides if they hop on the project or pass that.
Oh, and let's talk about Archewell's so-called ambitious slate. On paper, incredible. Feature films, scripted series, documentaries, even children's shows. It sounded like the couple was about to dominate Hollywood, but the execution? A flop parade. Heart of Invictus, Live to Lead, Polo. Audiences barely noticed, critics weren't impressed, and Netflix executives got nervous. Because let's face it, ambition without delivery is just a glossy press release.
Netflix decides if they hop on the project or pass, that's it. And when you think about that, that is a huge issue.
Netflix isn't blind. They saw the underwhelming numbers. That's why this first-look deal even exists. It's Netflix's way of saying, we're not cutting you off completely, but we don't trust you with blank checks anymore. In Hollywood, that's as close to a polite demotion as it gets.
Because they were paying them so much money, we're actually invested in them coming up with good content, yet it still didn't work. Now they just don't give a damn either way. Nancy Sidley had an interesting point comparing what's happened with the Obamas too.
So here's the tea. Harry and Meghan went from mega deals with guaranteed millions to begging for tentative approvals. Every new project is a gamble, every rejection, a headline. And let's be honest, when tabloids smell blood, failing publicly isn't just painful, it's humiliating. And that's what makes this sting even worse. Because Hollywood doesn't care about tiaras or royal titles, it cares about one thing: performance. And right now, the Sussexes are flopping harder than anyone expected. They're learning the hard way that a royal name might open doors, but it won't keep those doors open. You need substance. You need to deliver. Without it, you're just another pair of wannabe producers drowning in a sea of better, hungrier, more talented players. And here's the kicker. This isn't just about Hollywood. This is about survival. Because without hits, the Sussexes' entire empire could crumble. So just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, bam. Spotify, their other big-ticket partner, decided to pack up and leave too. That's right. Meghan's voice-driven podcasts, the ones hyped up as inspiring millions, quietly shelved. The partnership fizzled out without fireworks, without fanfare, without even a proper goodbye. One day it was there, the next day, gone. Ouch. Double ouch. And you'd think someone would be scrambling to snatch them up, right? Wrong. No new deals, no announcements, just silence. Here's what's wild. Netflix is still pushing their holiday special with Love, Meghan, but noticeably, there's no word about another full season of anything. If they were confident, wouldn't season 3 be locked and loaded? Look at One Piece. Netflix announced its renewal before fans even finished binging. But with Harry and Meghan, crickets. That silence speaks volumes. This isn't just about switching platforms. This is about their empire shrinking before our very eyes. Both Spotify and Netflix dialing things down means the Sussexes are under massive pressure to prove themselves. Because in Hollywood, money doesn't flow to titles. It flows to results. And right now, the numbers are screaming trouble. One commentator said it straight. They're only keeping them around for the divorce. When that happens, it's jackpot time. Brutal? Yes. But let's be honest, in Hollywood, scandals sell. If their projects flop, maybe their personal drama becomes the main show. Can you imagine? Their entire relevance reduced to gossip about their marriage. The timing couldn't be worse. Outwardly, the Sussexes are still posting glossy Instagram photos, giving selective interviews, and spinning a carefully polished PR story of success. But insiders, they're whispering a whole different tale. Behind the curtain, the deals are less glamorous, less secure, and way more dependent on Netflix and Spotify giving them a thumbs up each time. So how long can they keep up this illusion of Hollywood royalty before the numbers drag them back to reality? The Sussexes may be PR geniuses, but even the best PR can't hide rejection after rejection. The contrast between their public image and private struggles is pure gold for tabloids. And let's be real, that gap is where the gossip thrives. Think about it. One moment, you're flaunting success to the world. The next, you're facing vetoes, canceled podcasts, and shrinking checks. That kind of contradiction is irresistible for gossip blogs, social media threads, and yes, YouTube channels just like this one. Hollywood loves a fall from grace, and the Sussexes are giving them a front row show. It's almost laughable. Millions cheering for their media empire, when in reality it's like trying to bake a royal wedding cake without any flour. Sure, it might look good on Instagram, but will it hold together? Not likely. The Sussexes are walking a very thin tightrope, balancing perception against reality. And one slip, that's all it'll take to send the whole act crashing down. And here's the scary part. This isn't just a PR issue, it's a financial earthquake. Reports say their downgraded Netflix deal is worth less than half of what they had before. Less than half. That's not just a downgrade. That's devastation for a couple used to swimming in multi-million-dollar waters. Luxury lifestyles don't pay for themselves, and let's not sugarcoat it. This financial hit could bleed into every corner of their lives. From their grand Montecito mansion upkeep to Archewell's charitable plans, even to family planning, it all costs. And when guaranteed millions suddenly vanish, the stress piles up. Can you picture the tension behind closed doors? Because now every single project has to pull double duty, keeping up their Hollywood credibility and keeping the money flowing. There's no room for flops anymore. One misstep, one poorly received documentary, and it doesn't just hurt their bank account, it becomes front-page news. The pressure is suffocating. And let's talk about control, or rather, the loss of it. Under this new first-look deal, Harry and Meghan can't just run wild with their ideas. Every single project has to be pitched to Netflix first. If Netflix says no, the Sussexes can't take it elsewhere until they get that rejection stamped. That's not freedom, that's being chained. Imagine pouring your soul into an idea for months, then being told, nah, not for us. Not only does that crush creativity, but it also delays any chance to take it elsewhere. In Hollywood, timing is everything, and for Harry and Meghan, delays could mean irrelevance. For a couple used to the world bowing at their feet, this must feel like a nightmare. And let's not ignore the comedy in it all. Watching a prince and duchess scramble for approval from Netflix execs is almost surreal. Their charm, their titles, their fame, it all means nothing if the content flops. Every pitch now feels like a gamble, every rejection like a royal scandal. The mighty have truly fallen. The comparisons are flying left and right. Obama's Higher Ground, even Pamela Anderson's projects. While others are delivering meaningful content, the Sussexes are constantly battling criticism that their work is more about image than substance. And in Hollywood, image alone won't cut it, because let's face it, Hollywood loves a rise and fall story. Right now, Harry and Meghan are living proof that titles and prestige don't shield you from flopping. Their desperate attempts to rub shoulders with celebrities, chase headlines, and play the Kardashian game, it's only shining a brighter light on their missteps. And the public, the public is eating this up. Every flop dissected, every headline shared, every rumor amplified. People aren't just watching, they're judging, laughing, and speculating about how long this Hollywood reign will last. Spoiler, it's already crumbling. Add in the gossip element, and it's a perfect storm. Royal drama meets celebrity downfall. Fans, critics, tabloids, they're all circling like vultures waiting for the next scandal. The question is no longer, can Harry and Meghan succeed? It's, when will the empire finally collapse? And here's the worst part. The stress isn't just professional. This kind of relentless pressure seeps into personal life. When every headline screams failure, even the strongest relationships can buckle. Can Harry and Meghan keep their marriage afloat while their Hollywood dream sinks? That's the million-dollar cliffhanger. So what's next? Reinvention, reinforcement, or retreat? Can the Sussexes pivot and become serious players in the media world? Or is this Hollywood fairy tale already morphing into a cautionary tale? The royal spotlight might still shine, but let's be crystal clear, the spotlight doesn't doesn't pay the bills, and Harry and Meghan are learning that lesson the hard way, in real time under the harshest glare imaginable. So there you have it. From multi-million-dollar darlings to cautious probationary projects, Harry and Meghan's Hollywood story is unraveling. The palace may have been strict, but Hollywood is merciless, and if they don't deliver something spectacular soon, the only thing they'll be remembered for is being royals who crashed and burned in the entertainment capital of the world.